everyone, to episode 79 of the Unwrapped Leader, where we get raw, real, and relevant on the new network marketing so you can become a gifted leader in your business. I'm Dracy Dewar from the GC.
And I'm Teisha Dorianna from Canada.
Woo! Well, guess what, Teisha? Do you know what the GC actually means?
Gold Coast.
Good girl. Well, I was just thinking I better share that just in case to our audience in the Northern Hemisphere. They're thinking, what's the GC? But everybody that lives in the GC is pretty freaking proud to live in the GC because it is a very special spot in Australia. It is like the Miami of Australia. So it's pretty special. And it's summertime right now. So we're just having so much fun. I actually had to put a long sleeve shirt on because I put my air condition on just to keep nice and cool for you. But I see you're all rugged up there, Teisha. Is it a little extra cold up there?
It's actually not too bad. We don't have ice on the roads yet. Like, this has been the warmest winter for years. And people are even saying since my parents, since they were a kid, they haven't seen winter this warm. So thankfully it is not too bad, but I still put on a cozy outfit since it is our last episode before Christmas. So
and you know, one of the things coming from Canada, I do remember what lasts maybe warm and no snow for as long as you can. I know the good Lord is going to give you guys the biggest dump and we'll make up for it. And I do believe it was like 1978. That was a Christmas we didn't have any snow, but man, we made up for it after. So I kind of feel sorry for you guys. It's coming.
I'm pretty happy. You don't have to feel sorry for us. We're all doing great over here without the snow.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Well, let's get excited. This topic we're going to share today is 5 things that you must do at your next opportunity meeting. And I guess it's really for those of you that are really wanting to grow your business. We recognize that to succeed and excel in your network marketing business, you need to be doing events. You need to be doing online events, offline events, whatever that looks like is events. Events around your product, but also events around the opportunity. And I always say it's just so important that you put that as part of your foundation to be doing opportunity events for people who are looking for something a little bit more. And so it's kind of wrapping it around the fact that we, in our book, what was inspired in our book, The Unwrapped Leader, is the fact that our industry actually has 5 gifts it has to offer for you. And that's kind of the basis of our book, is unwrapping the gifts in the industry while you unwrap the gifts that you have to offer. And so we thought we'd unwrap those 5 different gifts for you. It's a must-have. Really take some notes and really think about, in your next opportunity event, how can you showcase the gifts this industry has? And before we lay this out, I really want you to think about, if you're to really take a nice snapshot of how to run a business, an opportunity event. We already did that in episode 47. So go to episode 47. It tells you on the how to, but this one is going to give you the content on what to talk about. And so as we unwrap the industry, I want you to also step back and think about, what are the gifts your actual company has to offer? And what are the gifts that you have to offer? And then once you kind of take those steps, then you can really nail the industry. Because let's face it, we know this industry has so many beautiful gifts to offer, but for some reason, somebody in the industry, outside the industry, really wants to attack this industry. It doesn't have the credibility that it so deserves. We even did some episodes in that because it loves to get a rap that it's a pyramid scheme. And so we did some episodes on how to have confidence in your pyramid scheme. In other words, it's not a pyramid scheme. This is legit business, and so legit that myself personally has been doing it over 30 years. Hence why Teisha and I have come in here to unwrap these gifts this industry has to offer, because we strongly believe in what it has to offer, that it is a real profession, that you can have a real income that can make a real difference. And so let's talk about that very first gift the industry has, and that is number 1, the opportunity. This opportunity literally can change people's lives. I know it has changed my life personally, in the fact that I was a single mom on social assistance, and I was actually just did not want to put my daughter in daycare. So I genuinely was looking for something that had flexibility. That was so important for me. And it allowed me to start in the industry at my own pace as I was able to develop the skills to be able to have the opportunity to earn a six-figure income. And so I'm very proud of the fact that I've been able to earn a six-figure income for over the last 30 years that I have been in the business. But here's the thing. It has the opportunity to help somebody that is just looking for a hobby. So what might be a hobby for you, though, could be a lifeline for someone else. But someone is looking for a hobby that just might want a hobby that they can make money versus spend money. And that hobby just might be the opportunity for them to take their family on a vacation. That hobby just might be that little bit of extra money that helps get their kids in dance or in sport. The opportunity may be somebody looking for a part-time job because maybe there's just too much month left at the end of their money and they just cannot stretch their income far enough. So they need to get a part-time job. And so the part-time job in the network marketing industry, it gives them the flexibility to work around their family as well as their own personal lives first. And for somebody in this business that is looking for a full-time income, it gives the person a full-time income the opportunity to have the flexibility to be able to put their family first, the flexibility to put themselves first. So whether it's their fitness or their frame of mind or their family, or for whatever the reason is that matters most to them, they're able to have the flexibility to have that full-time job for themselves. But then there's people like Teisha and myself. It's given us the opportunity to go big time. And big time, it means that we have the opportunity to make an impact in other people's lives. We have the opportunity to change people's lives by helping them be able to have a hobby, a part-time, a full-time, or a big-time income. So no matter what reason you come into this industry or what season you may come into this industry, what happens in this business based on all the other gifts that we're going to unwrap for you, you evolve. And you may go from part-time to full-time to big time, but the one thing that is real about the opportunity is you get to grow as you unwrap your gifts. So that's why I have to share, get to know the opportunity, the gift of this opportunity the industry has to offer, because there is nothing else like there out there.
Awesome. Thank you, Dracy. And I just want to point out too, like all the verbiage and everything you said, Dracy, just now talking about the gift of the opportunity, that first thing, like you guys should take notes on how even like it's worded and, take that and bring it into your opportunity calls or events, whether you do it through Zoom or maybe you're doing it through a post. Like it's just, just even hearing you say it, I've heard you say those things multiple times, but it just, I guess, inspires me and takes me back to when I first got introduced to the industry and how excited I was, because the opportunities here are endless. And there's so many different ways that this business and this industry can help people. So absolutely love the gift of the opportunity. There's just so much to talk about around that. So I love that one. So going into number 2 is the gift of sharing and educating people. And so how I like to talk about this when it comes to a business event or teaching people about the industry is talking about how we're in the business of sharing a product or service that we absolutely love, whether that be your products or be that your business opportunity, right? I think so many people come into this thinking, I can never do that because I'm not a salesperson. Like I've heard that objection so many times. And my instinct is to just be like, listen, you think I was a salesperson when I started this? And this isn't about being a salesperson. You're not a salesperson. You are so much more than that because you have so much more to offer. And when you start to look at it as just being in a business of sharing a product or service that you love, think about how people do this every single day. People go to Starbucks, people go out for dinner and they try something new and they love it and they share it with their friends and family because they just want them to know more about it. Like you are a walking ambassador for so many companies, the vest I'm wearing, the shirt I'm wearing, whatever, the hair products I use, the makeup that I use. Like people ask me, one question I get asked often is like, where are your lashes from? Like they're not real, they're glue on lashes, but I'm constantly referring people to Amazon and I'm referring people to clothing stores. Like we are all pretty much social selling in one way or another. So when you can kind of showcase how we share and talk about how we are in the business of sharing in that sense during your events, that starts to click with people because it's things that they're already doing. I also talk about how, when we set goals here, it's important to set goals based on how many people you can help and how many people you can serve rather than how much money you can make. Like at the end of the day, people come into this industry for so many different reasons, but you can tell if someone is here strictly for the money and they don't really care about helping people, or they maybe don't even really believe in the products, versus someone who is genuinely looking to help someone with a good heart. You could see the difference. And, it only lasts so long if you're only here for the money and you don't really get anything else out of it, right? Like, being able to set goals to actually serve people and help people, the income, the income is the result, right? Like that is going to follow your beautiful heart of wanting to just help and serve people. And so the more you can set goals like that, the more that you will grow here. And I always say just falling in love with the process is the most important part. So that's why it's so important when you're talking about sharing, how you're educating people, is really highlighting how you do that. Because if people can see your excitement about how you do that and they could grow that excitement for it as well, you want them to feel like, wow, this is something I want to do. I'm excited to do this, right? So really show the excitement about just your daily method of operations, how you run your business on a daily basis, what is truly expected of them, whether that be, so many social media posts a day, so many invites that you have to send out a day about the products or the business. And I like to show people kind of that checklist that I go through and just walk them through what a day in the life of a business looks like and how you educate people and how you share with people. So that is gift number 2, is sharing and educating.
Teisha, it's awesome because, like we're sharing how to problem solve their issues, so whether it's a financial issue, it's a health issue, or, it's just something that we're able to help share. So how exciting is to share a solution, to helping people, which is really fantastic. Well, number 3, I love because it's the gift of developing enriched relationships. And so let's face it, people are looking for community, making new friends, building genuine connections. And so this industry allows you to find your tribe of like-minded people that have the same passions, that want to lift people up. And so what is fantastic about creating enriched relationships is that you find that community that is fun and you get the opportunity to grow with them. And so developing enriched relationships, we also have the tools to learn how to be better communicators, as well as how to bring relationships from good to great to amazing, and that we can take these skill sets and incorporate them into our own personal lives and into our own families. I know when I created my mission statement, my mission, it's my second one, I got 2, but this one, it was about for me to be a healthy, wealthy woman with enriched relationships. That was it kind of embodied everything that was important to me. And the bottom line is this industry has given me so many fantastic relationships. Look at Teisha and I, our relationship that has evolved from her mom being my bestie since I was a little girl. The industry's allowed us to explore at how our relationship has been able to grow into this business. But also so many of my past leaders from the last 30 years are still friends of mine, that we still have such fantastic relationships that still grow to this day. So I have to say that is an amazing gift to have, especially for you to feel like you belong. And that's what people are looking for, is a place to belong.
Absolutely. The relationships here are next level. I've made some of my closest friends through this industry, and I'm happy to say it too. It's like, it's not just based on a sale or someone being on my team. Like, you really get to know some of the best people in this industry. And I always say as well that this industry has changed me in so many ways. It's made me a better person all around. But I think one of the things that I admire the most is that I get to be in an industry and in a career where I'm surrounded by so many positive and uplifting people like I've never been surrounded by before. Any other job I've had in the past, career opportunity, even when I, went to school for teaching, and I remember sitting in the lunchrooms, and like, there's always, no matter where you go, there's going to be positive people and negative people, but really, I just want to focus on how network marketing has really shaped my mindset to be, see more from a growth mindset and positive perspective than focusing on like the negative and the things that, I can't do. Like it's all focused on what you can do and what you should do and what you're going to do. Like I just love the positivity that the people and relationships I've created have brought me. So yeah, that's a huge one. And so moving into number 4 is the gift of learning leadership skills. And I don't think when people come into this industry, they're saying like, oh, I can't wait to learn leadership skills. Like I'd say majority of people who get started, they are either looking for like an income, a community, maybe they're looking for travel opportunities, but no one thinks it's not at the top of people's list that they want to learn leadership skills usually coming in, but it's something that I think is a surprising reward for many, many people here, because it's not just skills that you apply to, your sales and to your business specifically. It's things that you could really take outside and apply to your real life. And so during your business opportunity event, when you're talking about how you get to learn leadership skills, talk about how you earn while you learn here, and how, getting started, you don't have to know every single thing to get started. You just have to get started and learn as you go. And the best part is that people do so well in this industry when they take their audience along the journey with them. And I think one of the things that stops people from getting started is feeling like they don't know everything right off the bat. But what they don't know is that that's actually what's going to slow down their business. Just take people with the journey, or on the journey with you. Let people know, this is my first time going live, or, this is my first time doing a business like this. And I can't wait for you guys to come along the journey with me. And so I think it's amazing that you really do truly get to earn while you learn here. And being someone coming in who was sort of introverted and shy and not great at presentations and things like that, I had a lot of firsts here. I remember my first in-home party was a scary thing, yet I was so willing and excited to do it because of how it made me feel after. And so I know from experience that I was able to earn while I learned. And so that's how I try and set everyone else up in this business. And the exact advice I'd give to a new person starting out is just to get started, and to learn how to do something, you just got to jump in and do it. And yeah, it's like feel the fear and do it anyways. So, really just learning how to do sales and, become a leader, in my opinion, is arguably like one of the most important skills that a person can learn, because it applies to so many real life things, right? You're always going to be dealing with people in life, whether that be family or strangers or whatever, right? And like being a leader, like that can apply to your real life, whether you're a mom, you're a mentor to someone, maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're just a service provider in your full-time job, or whatever you do. Leadership skills can be used in so many aspects of your life. And something that I heard someone say once, it was, I believe, Bob Heilig, the first time I heard it. And since then, I've heard so many amazing network marketing mentors say it. And it is so true, is that this business is a personal growth program with a compensation plan attached. And that is something I will continue to share with everyone that I introduce this business to. And so when you're talking about, learning leadership skills, make sure you're talking about how much they're just going to simply grow as a person, right? Like, in my opinion, the price to get started in a business like this is so cheap, because you get so much more than just an income opportunity. You get so much more than just a community. What you get, it's honestly priceless. Like I just couldn't even imagine what my life would be like if this didn't come into my life. Right. And so the leadership skills you learn are fantastic, but there's just so much more beyond that. And remember that it's not just something that's applied to your business, it's applied to every aspect of your life. So definitely highlight that during your next event.
Well, Teisha, then it leads into number 5, the gift of becoming the best version of yourself. And so I have to say, this business is about growth and empowering other people. And when they actually can see you grow, when people see you go from where you were to where you're going and how you're going to get there, that empowers other people to want to join you in your journey. And that's why it's so important and powerful to have a personal brand, to show up online more confident and more brave, because people will see that journey and be attracted to that. And so I have to say, from myself personally, from being that small town girl from St. Paul, Alberta, to have been able to have designed my life, to have gone to Vancouver, to now live in Australia, to have a waterfront property on the beach, to be able to work at my own pace, to be able to be the gifted mother as well as grandmother, as well as partner. This industry has given me so many fantastic gifts. And I have to say, it has been an amazing journey. And so when I talk about that word, the best version of yourself, I'm talking about a very powerful thing. That version of yourself, it starts with the letter V. And I want to take you on a little journey here. Teisha, you ready for it? You didn't expect this one, but I want you to talk about that V, that version. When you open up your arms in that letter V, it allows you the vortex of abundance. And when you focus on that vortex of abundance and you think of the vision you want to have, you think of the values, you think of how you want to use your voice, those visuals. You want to think of yourself as a high vibing human that gives yourself the vitality to be able to have the abundance of so much. And so I ask you to open up those arms and allow yourself to experience the best version of yourself, because these are the gifts that this industry has to offer for you. And so, Teisha, take it away. Let's wrap this up and let's encourage everybody here to go out and have an opportunity meeting and share the gifts of this industry. Share your own personal gifts. I know Teisha and I, our personal gifts is we be able to offer branding and social media to somebody in the network marketing industry to help them level up. We offer our gifts on mindset, building community, as well as leadership. That's our gifts as the Unwrapped Leader and how we get to help you unwrap yours. So we hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we look forward to you guys in 2024 to unwrap your gifts.
Yeah, thank you for just kind of recapping, you know, like our values and our gifts that we really want to offer to everyone. And yeah, I would definitely encourage you guys to go out, have an opportunity event or an opportunity call. It doesn't matter how big or small your team is, just go out there and do it and talk about it. Have even, you know, the call recorded so that in the future you have other people who's interested in your business opportunity. You could forward them that video on the, you know, the 5 things that they're going to get out of a network marketing business and, you know, the things that you really value. And so just to recap, number 1, the gift of the opportunity. Number 2 is the gift of sharing and educating people. Number 3 is the gift of developing enriched relationships. Number 4 is the gift of learning leadership skills. And number 5 being the gift of becoming the best version of yourself. And those are the 5 gifts that the network marketing industry offers that we actually, Dracy highlighted in chapter 1 of our book, The Unwrapped Leader. So with that being said, I want to also encourage you guys, we created a freebie months ago called the Gifts Analysis. And if you haven't yet taken the opportunity to download it, it is a free resource on our website. We will link the freebie below so you guys can check it out. And it's our take on a SWOT analysis. And it's such a great opportunity just being halfway through the last month of the year to do a analysis on yourself. And so we've taken a SWOT analysis, we've turned it into a gifts analysis. So the G standing for your gifts, right? Which is like your strengths and highlighting, you know, what you feel like your strengths are at the moment. The I being your improvements, things that you would like to improve on as a network marketer, as a person. The F being your future opportunities. What do you see in the future as being a great opportunity for you to jump on? The T being threats, you know, things that may stand in the way, obstacles. And then the S being support. What support do you need for yourself going into this new year? So we'd highly encourage you to do an analysis of yourself and just kind of see where you at, because it'll help you kind of decide where you need to put your focus moving forward. If you guys also watched last week's episode, I did an episode on investing in yourself. So this might give you sort of some direction on where you need to invest in yourself, where you need to go out and find, seek more training and help with. And with that being said, I want to give you guys a little teaser for next week's episode. Dracy and I are going to be going over 23 lessons that we learned in 2023. So if you guys want to check out next week's episode and see what those lessons are that we've learned, make sure that you guys tune in. We just both want to say as well, Merry Christmas. We are not going to be we're not going to see you again until after Christmas, and we'll have one episode before the new year. But yeah, Merry Christmas to you guys.
Merry Christmas.
I was going to say, Dracy, chime in if you want before I close it off.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely, again, another year under our belt, and forging forward to the future of having fun, free products. The future is looking bright, and looking forward to sharing it with you, Teisha.
Awesome. And I also want to say, if anyone celebrates Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah as well. And if you haven't already, like this video, comment below your biggest takeaway, share with your team if you feel that this would be of value to them, or anyone that you run an opportunity event with, if it's other leaders in your industry. And please subscribe to our channel, tap the bell so you guys never miss out on an episode. And if you guys are listening in on Spotify or Apple, please leave us a 5-star review if you haven't yet, and you continue to come back to watch these episodes. It helps us grow, and we so appreciate your support. So we can't wait to see you next week, and Merry Christmas again. Bye, guys.
Merry Christmas.